Hey boys and boys, it's Thursday. I'm Hayden. Sorry for the late upload. Today I didn't really spend that much time in my dorm room. So this week's question is, how do you feel about drug use and abuse within the trans community? Um, like JT, I'm also substance free. I don't really use the term straight edge, but I mean, that's the best way to describe me. And I also grew up, my mom is in AA and she's been in AA my entire life. So I kind of grew up with that. So I, in the first place, have a really bad opinion of alcohol and drugs. I consider alcohol to be a drug because it's an altering substance. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's a problem. I don't know any stats or anything, but I mean, I don't know. It makes sense because the GLBT stats are high. So I mean, I think that drug use in general is a problem. I'm pretty much against all drug use, including recreational, because I just don't really see a point to it. I don't know. I've always thought that I was whacked out enough already without drugs. So I don't know. I mean, I don't see the point to it because me and my friends, none of us do anything, drugs or alcohol or smoke or anything, and we have a plenty fun time without it. So I don't get why people need it to have fun, or whatever. And it makes sense to me that someone would use it as an escape, but I think that that's a really bad coping mechanism, and there are better ways to cope with it. Um, so yeah, that's basically, I don't know, that's why I'm kind of against it. And I have a really hard time not judging people that do drink and do drugs. Even though like I'm like, oh yeah, I'll still be friends with you, whatever. Like my girlfriend drinks, but I sort of have a hard time not having a problem with it. But I mean, it's not that hard. She just doesn't drink around me, which I don't know. She doesn't drink that often, anyways, so hasn't really been an issue. So, questions. Miles wanted to know if you'd be scared if we'd be scared if we were in a dark alley at night alone. Um I think it depends on where. Like if I'm in Cambridge, I tend to not really worry about it. I usually have a really heavy backpack with me. If I was like in a bad part of Boston or New York City, I'd be pretty worried. Um, JT wanted to know what we did for our spring break. I hung out with you during my spring break. I didn't really do anything. I came home and sewed my cosplay for Anime Boston, and I hung out with JT a lot. And childhood art. I don't have any childhood art with me since I'm in a dorm room. So otherwise I would show you something cuz I actually have this whole notebook of childhood art at my dad's house. And then favorite genre and or band, not really sure. I I listen to a big mix of stuff. Um I don't know, I've been listening to the soundtrack of Chanson d'amour a lot, and then I always listen to either like the soundtrack of Once or one of the Phrase CDs to fall asleep to, just because that tends to be relaxing. And I need to sleep. I need music to fall asleep. To avoid like really bad, like, I don't know. Okay. My question this week: how many languages do you speak, and what are they? I speak English, obviously, and then I speak French fairly well. I'm independent study French right now, and I'm like college level, like college like French 2 level. I'm not fluent. I'm really bad at speaking, but I'm pretty good at comprehension. And then I used to be able to speak Russian a little bit, like very simple conversational Russian, but that was when I was in like 4th grade, so I don't really remember any of it anymore. And then I know a couple words in like Japanese cuz that's sort of picked up from anime and stuff. So yeah. Have a good evening, whatever is left of it, and see you guys next week.